Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fandom. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Resident Alien Season 1, Episode 3, Secrets. Because we all have secrets. Before I get started, let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end of this video. And basically what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier sip in the Patreon, but it's coming close. I'm waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers before I set up tiers and start taking money from you. And that way I can give you something in return with those tiers. TIERS, not TEARS. And I also have the links to my YouTube channel here, my Facebook page, and for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. With that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. All right. All right. And yes, this did air last week on the SyFy channel app, but for some reason, they're airing the episode tonight on, SyFy. It's this weird thing. I don't know why they did it. Who knows? So I watched it last week, but I kind of held off on reviewing it until now. I was going to review it over the weekend, and I thought better of it. And I saw that they had 2/10 as the release date, which was weird. So I kind of figured I knew what they were doing. They're going to do it live, on TV and on the channel, I guess you could say. And yeah, anyway. So this episode, of course, we have Harry. His body is I should say the body that he appropriated and threw in the lake is starting to bob up. There's pieces of it that are coming up, like the foot came up, and he needs to find it before the sheriff and everyone else in town finds it, and of course finds out who it is. And the sheriff wants to send it into town or into the big city to get DNA testing done on the foot so they can find out who it is. And of course, if they do that, then they're going to come back with Harry's DNA, of course, on that. Well, the name, I should say, is what they should do. And for being such a smart alien, he does a lot of really dumb things. We also see what happened when he first arrived back, to Earth, and how he was traveling through New Mexico on foot in alien form. So he didn't just crash into that cabin like we saw. And he was actually, walking, across states, I guess, from his crashed ship to where he thought the downed canister was. I don't know. That one isn't really made too clear there. And he, of course, runs across some dude on a horse, and the dude freaks out and drops his hat and runs. And so, the alien, as he is, puts on the hat, the cowboy hat, and is riding the horse. And yes, Apple Crow, that was one of my favorite thumbnails. I love the little tiny arms that are coming out of his chest that are holding onto the rein of the horse, while his other arms are just kind of dangling to the sides. I don't know why, but it just makes me laugh. It really does. It's one of those little things that it was a good visual, and it was a funny visual, is really what it was. So where that timeline of events is, I guess during those weeks, I guess that was the third week that he was on Earth that he crashed, that he ran into the cowboy. And this plays into something a little bit later here, which I'll get to. So of course, Harry gets a hold of his body, hides it in the deep freezer in his house, and keeps it away from the sheriff at this point. And also uses the foreskin of a baby to send in for DNA sampling. Which I thought was pretty fucking funny. If you've watched Preacher, um, yeah, there's a whole diatribe about foreskins and hand cream and stuff like that, which is hilarious. So, yes, so that was my first thing that came to mind too. Oh my god! And on top of all of this, we also have some drama going on with Asta and uh, her. I guess you could say uh, charge, if you will, or the girl that she's taken under her wing, who of course has been um, whatchamacallit, cleaning the hospital, working at the hospital. She's a teenager. Jay is her name. And we find out that the baby that Asta had given up for adoption was actually a girl, not a boy. And we saw that, her doctor friend who got killed there actually helped her bring the baby over to a foster home. And we find out that that foster home is actually Jay's. And so she knows who it is all along. That's why she came back and is trying to look over, trying to look after Jay. And she kind of breaks down and tells her father uh, that's what happened. Well, she tells him that it was a girl, not a boy, that she had. And yeah, so we get a little bit of melodrama going on there. But the final thing is, so that cowboy that we saw at the beginning that Harry had run into in his alien form, we see him in a bar and he's talking to two people, the same two people, by the way, who found the body that was floating in the anti-grav that, in the birds. What was it, last episode? They are asking him, he's telling them all the story about how he was a badass and kicked the alien's ass and told that alien not to come around there anymore. But the alien took his hat anyway and his horse. And yeah. And the female of the group ends up killing him and taking his wallet. And the guy's like, "What the hell, man? That's not our mission." We don't know if they are aliens or if they are government agents. So at this point, that is our new mystery. Are these guys aliens? Are they government agents? And of course, we still had some interaction with Harry and the child, where the child is now basically kind of not ignoring him, but sassing him, I guess you could say, at that point too. So yeah. Apple Crow says all the best. I kicked their ass stories, and with the guy getting away with your hat and your horse. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Um, so all in all, not a bad episode, but again, I'm hoping these two well, not new characters, but these two characters who are either government agents or alien agents, we don't know what they are, kind of liven things up a little bit. The townspeople, they're still kind of flat. Like I said, Alan Tudyk is the best thing out of this, and uh, and it's mainly his voiceover stuff. Really, is what it is. Him finding stuff out, like what was it, a couple episodes ago, what a douchebag was, and he was like, "Oh my god," and because he's like, it goes into the vagina. And he's looking up. He's like, "What the hell is that?" And he's like, "Oh my god!" And then taint, and he looks up what taint is, and he's just really all these different things. And of course, he ends up using them later on, like in this episode. After he found out what taint was, he goes that his taint area uh, puckered up and got after them finding the foot in the body. Yeah. Apple Crow says, I kind of got the sense that they were aliens and that Alan will have to work with the kid to find the other aliens coming after him. I don't know if they are Apple Crow. It could go either way. It could be either aliens or government agents, one of the two. For right now, yes, I am leaning towards aliens, but the guy was acting way too human for them to be aliens. So I don't know. She acted more alien. He acted more human. So your guess is as good as mine. Episode 4, I'm wondering if it's gonna I'm gonna take a look at the app later on and see if it's actually up, but we'll see. Anna Skiro, I might, murder your name just as I murder every single name, but, Anna says, "I feel like later in the season, him and the kid will end up being friends." Possibly. I'm kinda hoping not, but I don't know. What is the old adage, in Hollywood? Never work with, children and animals. That's what it is. Yeah. But there you go. Um, so yeah, like I said, I need a little bit more from this. It's decent, but it needs a little something more to keep bringing me back. Yeah. Especially since what is it? I just kind of did a brief recap in like 10 minutes of what was going on. And that's really all it distilled down to. You could almost do these episodes in half-hour blocks and still deliver the same amount of dialogue, information, story, if you will, in that half-hour block. It really didn't need to be an hour long. Although you still wouldn't get the alien with the small cowboy hat on the big noggin with the little tiny arms held onto the reins down there, which still makes me laugh. Yeah. And him putting on the cowboy hat at the end, looking in the mirror, and his style choices were on point. Yeah, like I said, Alan Tudyk is the thing that makes this work. Albuquerque says, I agree that it might work better as 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I still haven't seen his animated series yet, Devil May Care, because they don't have it on the app. So it's fucking NBC, man, I swear. And then their Peacock app is not working on Fire TV now. So you have to sideload it in order to get it to work. And I'm just honestly not that interested in sideloading Peacock at the moment. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So there you go. One less person watching NBC bullshit, which isn't that big of a deal. So, with that said, I've got to go back in and actually change my dates on my schedule because I messed up royally. That's what happens when I do things like really fucking early in the morning, and I just couldn't remember that what the date was. So I'm not doing anything tomorrow, which is Thursday, but Friday is going to be WandaVision. That's right. WandaVision comes back with episode 6, is it? I believe so. It's episode 6. Um, Saturday is Saturday morning blast off where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. I'm off Sunday and Monday, Monday being President's Day. So, if you've got it off, take it off. Unless you're still stuck at home and it's just another day to you. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's the Salma Hayek, Owen Wilson movie Bliss, which is on Amazon Prime. I'm actually going to do that one. And then, of course, Wednesday, we wrap back around again to Resident Alien. We'll see what happens. I might do that one on Thursday. Who knows? We'll see what happens with it. But there we are. Everything wraps back around again. I don't know. What else are you guys up to? Joe Greer, what's going on? Okay. You're okay with my schedule or just okay in general? I never know. Sometimes you guys seem like you're watching uh this not live, but kind of like maybe about 2 minutes off or something like that, or about a minute off. And I can never really tell sometimes. It just kind of makes me laugh. Apple Crow says, I'm liking it so far, but it will need a strong back half of the season. Okay, I watched Netflix movie yesterday and Bliss. What did you think of Space Sweeper? Space Sweepers. Victory, as it's called in the original Korean. Well, that's a translation of the original title. What'd you think, Joker? Was it worth your time? I mean, I know it's 2 hours and 15 minutes long, so it's a bit of a stretch. You enjoyed Richard Armitage as the bad guy. Yeah. I like the sassy robot myself, but then again, I'm all for robots with attitude. I really am. Um, yeah. I think Bender has, from Futurama has kind of ruined a lot of stuff for me. Kill all humans, baby. Want to go see a saucy puppet show? Yeah. I do not do the Bender voice at all because I just can't. I can't do what John DiMaggio does with his voice. He does some really good stuff. He's a great voice actor. Plus, he's been doing it for a long time too. But all right, everybody, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat here. Thank you if you made it this far in the video. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com, all one word, except for the .com. And you can see the schedule up there and all the links to my social media and the links to my pages that I've got. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good night. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find that body that you copied floating in the lake, and the sheriff's on your tail too, and you really need to hide that thing. And hopefully you got a lot of bison in the freezer to cover it up with, because God knows I need to have that going on. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow, or excuse me, on Friday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and remember to wear those masks. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.